Hello, my name is Knight the Werewolf, teacher of comics off the shelf, and this is what I read, the series of short reviews where I talk about the books that I read this week. And we are talking about Superman: The Last Days of Lex Luthor, issue number 1. Issue number 2 came out last week, but issue number 1 came out in July of 2023. And so before starting issue number 2, I figured I should reread this more than a year old comic. So here we go. Written by Mark Waid, pencils by Brian Hitch, colors by David Barron, inked by Kevin Noland, and letter by Richard Starkings, as well as Tyler Smith. And Last Days of Lex Luthor has a very simple premise, and it just works. It's an exploration of the relationship between Superman and Lex Luthor, framed around the mortality of Lex. Lex is dying from one of his own schemes. He was experimenting with kryptonite, and now he is dying a terrible, gruesome, sickening death. And so he did what comes naturally to him. He built a giant robot, threatened a city, and said, "Superman, save me." And Superman, because he is a better person than you or I, because he has such a strength of moral character, he is willing to help his greatest enemy, the greatest enemy of the world in general. And when Lex leaks to the world that Superman is about to save his life, the whole world does not like this at all. But Superman doesn't do what's popular, Superman does what's right. The story goes through a lot of the Superman mythos. We see big flashbacks to Smallville and Lex and Clark's shared past there, juxtaposing the immigrant who always felt out of place but always fit in with the human who never fit in and didn't want to. We see the Fortress of Solitude and the bottled city of Kandor tries to help, but nothing works. They take him to the Phantom Zone, and he is kicked out by Zod. All of it just presenting a hopeless case which Superman will continue to fight for. It is such a simple story, but the art is amazing, and it is done so well that I'm giving it an A+.